I'm in South Australia. A lot of the beekeepers in the state tend to move their hives around depending on where the flowers are. So they'll take them out into the mallee, so further inland, for mallee flowering seasons, and then they'll bring them back. Seasons within the southern hemisphere basically run from spring, starts in September, runs through end of November. They average around 25 degrees in spring. In summer they're a lot closer to 30. Particularly where we are, we can get days up to 40 degrees. I think the hottest day is about 45 on record, something like that. So we get some pretty extreme temperatures. During winter, it gets down to about minimums usually around 5 degrees overnight. We do occasionally have really cold nights, comparatively. 2 degrees and stuff. We don't get snow, get a bit of hail, but nothing too bad. It's up here in the hills, it tends to rain a hell of a lot more. The winters are quite wet. Usually they're, we might have 4 days of rain out of 7. We get the precipitation off of the back of the hill. So basically as the clouds come up and hit the hills, they tend to dump water onto us, and we're just over the back of the hill, so we get an awful lot of that. Something like a yearly average of 1,500 mils. Don't quote me on that. Summer finishes in February. We've still got some fairly hot days then. February is usually one of the hottest months. Our winter will start in June. Heat's a bigger problem than cold. I think for the bees, they'll be alright as long as I can maybe keep them out of the wind. Sometimes we'll get some gale force winds heading over the top of the hills. Other than that, most of my concern is around year-round nectar. We don't have a lot of flowers apart from backyard flowers and field flowers around here. We don't have, big flowering plants like blue gum forests or anything. So essentially, I'm just hoping to get one hive online up and running. Most of my hives I bought really cheap because don't have a lot of money. So can't really afford to splash out on big fancy stuff. I got a 2 super box from Hong Kong, I think. It looked like a Chinese dealer on eBay. Happened to be a local Australian distributor, so it was based in Sydney. So I got that fairly quickly. In total, I spent about $580. That's Australian dollars. 580 Australian dollars on supplies, which include just a basic beekeeping outfit, again from China. We'll see how that goes. Don't really think it's going to be great quality, but as long as it keeps the bees off me and has elastic, I think I'll be alright. I'm not quite as brave as most of the fellas on YouTube that are running around in shorts and sandals. That's not me. I don't do shorts and sandals when there's a lot of stinging insects about, but who knows, maybe in a few years I might be. So basic veil suit combination. I got a few hive tools. I got a smoker and a couple of the prey tools, some frame holders, the works. I bought 2 hives, so I got a basic 2 super box, the one I was telling you about. I also bought a flow hive, some cheap, nasty imitation from China. We'll see how that goes. I figure if I can get some honey going next year, then I might think about investing in a proper flow hive if this one doesn't work for me. The actual nuke that I bought, so the what they call a nucleus hive for the beginners out there, is basically about a queen in a box with 5 established frames. Hoping the frames have got brood and a bit of nectar to keep the bees going, and roughly about 10,000 bees, I think they said. So that's essentially a little tiny hive that you can transport. That's going to be fun. Running around with 10,000 bees in my car and hoping I don't have an accident, because that's just frightening. We'll see. I can't wait to record that video. That'll be awesome. So once I've done that, I'm basically ready to go. Pick it up in mid-November. Once I've got everything set up, I'll start with one brood box, chuck the 5 frames in, a couple of new frames, see how I go. I'll get my new toys as they come in the mail over the next month or so, and then I'll keep you updated.